Okay, here we are in a home that possibly can have what is called a spider demon. And I'll explain that in just a few minutes. But this is HPI Haunted Paranormal Investigations, and we're with PET Paranormal Exploration Team. And that's run by Teresa Williams. I guess you're the founder.
Yeah. Okay.
There's a few things I want to go over before I talk to PET. The spider demon is actually a very, very old demon. It's one that brings a lot of misfortune to a family. It seeks out family discord. It can actually be very dangerous. And what they were describing was an entity that looked like a spider. So I'll have Miranda, who actually lives here, explain that in a few minutes. But I want to talk about, I have Lori Mistaken. She did some research on the property, and I'll go over that. Eleanor Latner, she's a psychic, and she says that she feels that there's certain things. What she felt about this house was that there's something leaking through the soil, some kind of pollutant or something like that, that's affecting this house. Does that make any sense to you, Miranda?
I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure. What do you mean? Exactly?
Like something with the pipes. She was feeling with something with the pipes.
Could be a sewage pipe.
Yeah, sewage pipes or.
Are there any odd odors
Gases
outside anywhere?
Or maybe
Yeah,
gas
sometimes,
pipes.
sometimes, like over here, actually, on the side of the house, there's like it's still sometimes like smells strange, but I mean it's not all the time. And I mean I don't know. Have you guys ever? Have you ever smelled anything?
No, but I never go in the back.
Yeah, she
that's
was
true.
talking about gas leaks and stuff like that. She said that we should get some high K2 readings and stuff like that. She says that there's a lot. She just visualized this house and all of the things that could be happening to the family through electrical, through gas, through all kinds of different means, and she wants to talk to you about it.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, so that'll be Eleanor Latner, and then Lisa Steele. She's another psychic, and she visualized this house, and she felt that there was something buried somewhere on the property.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Like an animal? Or a person?
And person.
Probably the lady that hung herself.
Yeah.
I don't know.
that
You
was-
think so?
Well, I got a strong feeling of her here. So
Maybe
maybe
you could think
she's still here.
many years ago too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, because
Not
this was
just
apparently
recently,
this
years ago.
apparently this was in the last 50 years. I mean, they didn't normally bury people on the property, did they? Like,
Well, they did if they
at
didn't
that
want
point?
to tell anybody that they died.
Yeah, that's normally how they
before
did
that.
it back in the day. Like a family member dies, it's just, dump them in the backyard and just be done with it. That's how it was done.
Or your dog dies, you know.
Yeah,
bury them.
you
Oh,
just
yeah.
tell anybody.
Yeah, I can see
And
that.
Lori Mistaken, she's a researcher out of England. She works for us, and she just came back on board again, and she gave me some information.
Okay.
And let's see what she says. Lori Mistaken, she's a very unique woman. She used to work for MI6. So any kind of information on any kind of person, if I gave them the name and stuff like that, she can just dig up your dirtiest secrets.
Well, I'd like
I
to know
won't
the
do
woman's.
that.
I would like to know the woman's name, but yeah.
Okay.
Grandma, wasn't it?
So anyway, she said that the house was built in, oops, where is it?
1929. I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1929. Oh my God, when I printed this out, it is in such small writing. Who has really good eyes?
I do.
Chris, you do? Okay. If you can just kind of, where Lori
You might have to
Mistaken
see,
is
be able to see in the
Just read the
light.
whole thing?
at. Yeah, okay.
Let's see. Started getting to you. The town is small, and there was little available to me online as far as more recent records go. I refuse to give up without a fight. The house itself was built in 1929. I would love to find out who the original owner was, but would have to request a lookup from the original historical. I did about 500 Winters newspaper articles from the California Digital Archives. There were the typical fires associated with early pioneer days. Oh shoot, looks like the ends of the lines got cut off. Let's see, pioneer days, floods of the original settlers' homes, and a few of the lodges. But most of the articles were agricultural in nature or society columns, such things as visiting preachers and what young girls wore to a social made the news. The crime rate was rather low as it is today. Most of the deaths were accidental in nature. The saddest were articles of young children being scalded to death or drowning. I did keep an eye out for suicides and murders. Found very little mentioning suicide, though a few were hinted at. It was as I expected. Back then, MU and the rest is cut off. Facts were either omitted or deaths declared accidental for various reasons, including religious and cultural beliefs. I also looked up the suicide stats for Yolo County. Though there are quite a few attempts, actual death by suicide seems to average about 15 P. Let's see.
Per year.
I remember
Per
reading
year.
that per year.
Yeah, no, we
Okay.
saw it because it's online, because I looked it up too, what we were reading.
Let's see. This is the history of Winters. Was settled by John Reed Wolfskill in 1842. Yeah, it just goes on with the town's history after that.
And she has some links on there, so you can actually, when you see the article when it's completed, you can actually just click on the links and see the other information
Okay.
actually provided.
Okay.
Okay. It does kind of hint though at suicide being kind of
Suicide is very strong in this house.
brushed
It is,
over.
yeah, it is, and it's also, look, I mean, I've heard this, like, throughout, like, people that have lived here and everything, but there was also, like, over next door here, next door has very strong, like, basically somebody did actually hang themselves over there too, apparently,
Yeah.
that's what I've heard.
The guy next door here too.
Yeah,
Killed
the guy
himself.
next door here, he overdosed, he did a speedball, or I don't know, something like that, but he was very depressed, and it was, this woman's first husband, and he knew my dad, they were friends, and basically he came and he borrowed some money from my dad, and he purchased these drugs from that money, paid my father back, and then ended up doing these drugs, and then died as a result
Purposely
of
killed
it.
himself, yeah.
Yeah, and I get a lot of animosity from her new husband over here. He, for no reason, I don't even really know him, but he's very, I've heard about him talking about me in town publicly, like, and had people call me and tell me that he was speaking about me loudly, like, in the middle of the store to people. I don't know him. I've never known him. Like, it's very, very strange, to get this animosity.
Just stay away from him.
I do,
It's not
I
very
do.
good.
I don't go anywhere near him, so.
Usually, if there's like gas leaks and things like that, that'll cause all that eventually through time. There could be electrical cause that we've been to places where we've had electrical anomalies, which is causing the people to get sick.
We didn't get any
Um,
readings of electrical.
Yeah.
We got readings when there was
The,
something
the pipe
biased.
leakage
Yeah,
might
yeah.
even be
And
the
we were
pipe
doing
leakage.
what was
Yeah.
it? What
Mold
were we
and
doing?
things like that.
Yeah, mold will cause it to get sick.
The stove.
Crystal.
The
Mhm.
pendulum, when we were doing the pendulum, it was crazy because, oh my gosh, like the whole time, the only time it was like spiking was when it was getting pissed or getting upset at
Yeah.
what we were saying to it and like what we were communicating with it, and it was nuts. I mean, the whole thing, that right there sold me. I mean, I just was convinced
It lied
that
to
I had
us,
not,
yeah.
I was not
And
crazy.
we
I was not
confronted
just
it, being
thinking
a
these
liar,
things.
yeah.
It was not, because I've been just denying it. I've been basically just, that's the way I've been able to stay here is just by, oh, whatever, I'm just, you know what I mean,
Trying to
I'm
ignore it.
tired, or I'm, you know what I mean, or it's just me, or something like that. I'm stressed out, like, but it's not, because it's never been like this my whole life. This is very, very strange. It's very
Wow.
strange.
Then your son is the scary part.
Yes,
That's
yes,
the sad
that's
part.
that's basically what it
Yeah.
it boils down to. He's scared to sleep in his own room on his own, and it's more than just a little kid being scared of going to bed. He gets terrified of going to sleep in there. He does not sleep in there by himself. He sleeps with either myself or my father.
And he's got a problem with spiders. I mean, he's constantly talking about spiders.
Well,
Yeah.
Winters is very historical. It's a very historical town. And I actually did an investigation here. I did DQ University.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And
out there.
the Indians, the elders, they didn't know that we were supposed to be in there, but we were invited by an elder, but the other elders didn't approve it. So they kicked us out in like 30 minutes. So we had no place to go. Plan B was Winters. We went to the bridge, and we got something like 7 EVPs out of the bridge.
Oh, the bridge, the train
I
bridge,
lived
the
by
old
there.
train bridge.
Yeah.
Do you know that sometimes late at night you can hear it, like,
I
you can
lived
hear
right
a
there.
train, you can hear the train horn, and you hear the train actually coming through the town. We no longer, there's no train tracks there anymore. We don't have a train. But years and years ago, there was a train, and you hear it, and I've heard it, like, over the last 3 years I've lived here, I've heard it. You know what I mean? Every once in a while, you just will be sitting outside, and you'll just hear it come through. And it's the strangest thing.
Those pictures
Yeah,
I
it is.
showed you were at my
How
house.
far
right
are
there.
the tracks?
Oh,
They used to be
Quite a-
outside
quite a
my
right
ways?
door.
there. How far from here? Like 4 or 5
Yeah,
blocks?
like
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Real quickly, and you're about ready to roll off on it. So Teresa, what was some of the activity that you